Okay, just gonna make a quick video for angle pairs that are gonna be on your quiz tomorrow. So we have 4 big sets of pairs, and I'm just gonna kind of zoom in here. So complementary angles are just any pair of angles, and they could be adjacent, like these, where they're sharing this side and sharing this vertex, or not, like these, that sum to 90 degrees, right? You add 42 and 48, you're gonna get 90. You add 22 and 68, you're going to get 90. Because 90 degrees is just like a handy thing that we end up using a lot, sometimes it's real helpful for us to know when you've got an angle here and an angle here that add up to that. So we just have a name for it. We call them complementary. Very similar to that, but not 90, but 180 are supplementary angles. And this is any pair of angles, adjacent or not, that sum to 180 degrees. So you could have 100 here that is totally disjoint here from this 80. So 180 would get you 180. Or right here, we've got 2 90s that are sharing the side. That makes them adjacent. So each of these pairs are supplementary angles. That brings us down to vertical angles. Vertical angles are pairs of angles created by 2 intersecting lines. Those, in this case, are these blue lines. They are congruent, meaning they have equal angle measures. So what you've got is that these orange angles are going to be equal to each other, and these green ones are going to be equal to each other. So if I told you, for example, that the orange angle was 85 degrees, this orange angle would also have to be 85 degrees. And in order to get this green angle, you'd ask yourself, well, what would 85 plus what would get me to 180? And so you might say 180 minus 85, and you would get 95, and then voila, this would be 95. This would also be 95 degrees. So vertical angles, anytime you've got intersecting lines like this, you're going to have opposite angles are congruent or equal in measure. Finally, we got linear pairs. And I did this so that we could see supplementary and linear pairs right on top of each other. Linear pairs are adjacent set of supplementary angles, meaning that the angles have to actually be sharing a side and a vertex and not be overlapping. So like 65 and 115, these two together add up to 180. This 5 and 175, again, they're sharing this side, they're sharing that vertex. These are a linear pair. Up here, the pink is definitely a linear pair. The purple is not a linear pair. You would need these to actually be sharing a side and a vertex, which these are not. So sometimes supplementary are also linear pairs. Linear pairs are always going to be comprised of supplementary here, but sometimes you can have supplementaries that are not linear pairs. So those are the 4 things that are going to be on your quiz tomorrow. Please let me know if you have any questions.